So welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my channel. I don't know what I just did there. Anyway, so welcome back. Today we'll be breaking down the Game of Thrones teaser trailer. So it happened! Game of Thrones finally gave us a glimmer of light to illuminate our long night. Last week, Game of Thrones dropped the first teaser trailer for season 8. And goddamn, what a teaser it was. So the name of this tidbit of goodness is Teaser Dragonstone. And you can see the full version on Game of Thrones official YouTube channel, which I will link down below. So typically Game of Thrones releases about 3 teaser trailers before they release a full-on season trailer. So this is just a tiny sip of a glorious glass full of Game of Thrones. Okay, so let's break this down. And excuse my tinfoil tiara that will be making an appearance. So we will be breaking this down in chronological order. Okay, so for those of you who don't know or haven't figured it out, this teaser is actually set on Aegon's table, which is at Dragonstone. So all the statues are like representations of each faction of Westeros. So first we have the ice coming down from the north and covering the direwolf, what looks like an unsullied statue, and the dragon. Okay, so this can mean a few different things, but I think the main one is that the White Walkers are coming down through the north and that they make it past Winterfell and get to the Neck or the Riverlands, because that's where the ice does stop. I think the symbolism over the ice covering direwolf could actually mean that we may be losing a direwolf next season. It could be Ghost, it could be Nymeria, and I really hated myself for saying that. But I personally don't think we will be losing a Stark, and if we are, I think it might be Sansa or Jon, but Jon isn't really a Stark. So, but I don't think we will be losing a Stark, so that's why I say we will probably lose the direwolves or one of the direwolves. And the same can be said for the Unsullied, in my opinion. The ice covers the Unsullied. I think that the Unsullied are probably all gonna be killed or wiped out, or most of them will be killed in the battle at Winterfell or the battle in the north. As for the dragon, there are 2 theories. I personally lean more towards the second one, but the first theory is that the dragon could represent Viserion, the already dead dragon. The other theory is that we could be losing another dragon, specifically Rhaegal. I'm sorry for saying this, but I do personally lean towards losing Rhaegal. I don't think Rhaegal will become a White Walker or a pawn of the Night King. I think that Jon and Daenerys and all the good guys, living guys, will burn Rhaegal's body before the Night King can get to him, to turn him. Sorry. So next we see the ice coming down towards a mysterious statue. And at first I was like, is that a seahorse? But I was like, there are no Game of Thrones houses in the TV show that have the sigil of a seahorse. There are in the books, but not in the TV show. So I was like looking a little closer. You can't really get in close because it'll get blurry. But then I'm like, what if it's just a horse? So that could potentially mean that that statue is representing the Dothraki, which means that the Dothraki probably survive the battle in the north and go to the Riverlands, where maybe the final battle takes place. And so I'm kind of like, I'm 100% convinced at the moment that it is the Dothraki that that statue represents. I don't know if it, I don't know, it's not been confirmed, but I am 100% convinced that that statue is a horse. By the way, tidbit, I am sorry if someone came up with that before me, but I just got so excited about it. So if someone else came up with that for me, credit goes to them, but I did, you know, kind of make the connection on my own. I did have a look, but so the ice doesn't actually cover the horse, it like stops before it. So that's why I'm thinking that might be where the final battle takes place, because that is where the fire and ice meet, kind of just about where the horse is on the map. So next we skip down south to the congregation of statues, including the lion, and they get covered in fire. Okay, so the specific one that we see clearly is the lion getting consumed by fire. Now this can mean two things. I personally lean towards the Daenerys burns the out of Cersei. I don't know why she burns out of Cersei so early on, because I think this symbolizes the burning of the lion happens before fire and ice clash. So this could mean that Cersei gets killed before the final battle. So I don't know if Jon and Daenerys go south after the battle at Winterfell, or whatever we're going to call it, and confront Cersei and end up killing her. That could possibly happen, or Daenerys just goes on her own because of some reason. It could also mean that both Tyrion and Jaime, something happens to them, they get burnt at something, because there isn't just one lion left on the board. The other theory is that Cersei blows up King's Landing when Daenerys comes to claim it. I personally don't believe this, because if Cersei is going to blow up King's Landing, she's going to use wildfire, and the fire on the teaser wasn't green, it was normal coloured orange fire. So that's why I lean more towards the Daenerys theory. On to the other statues that get burned. Okay, so this that I'm putting up on the screen now, what we see here is actually a bird. I think this may represent House Arryn. So I don't know why House Arryn would be on Cersei's side. Maybe they're on no one's side, and the Eyrie Knights that are already in the north with Sansa, maybe they nope the out and go back to the Eyrie, back to Sweet Robin. And maybe Daenerys gets pissed off because she loses all her Unsullied, or gets pissed off because they've abandoned their queen in a time of war, or the king in the north, whoever they bent the knee to, and she goes and kills the hell out of Sweet Robin. That could potentially be it, but I don't know why they would align themselves with Cersei any other way, especially with only 6 episodes to go. And this one behind the bird is for sure definitely the Martell sigil, the sun and spear. So now we've got a bit of a mind teaser. We don't have any Martells left in the story. Dorne are floundering for themselves. They have no lords or princes or princesses left. So how would the Martells get involved with this? It makes no sense unless Illyria is still alive under King's Landing in the Black Cells, and Cersei makes a deal with her. But that would be pretty stupid on Cersei's part, because Illyria has nothing left to live for and will just over Cersei. So that's why I don't think that's going to happen. But the Martells are on the board and they're getting burnt, so maybe Illyria does betray Daenerys. Who knows? And what the fuck is this? It's on the other side of the lion, and I cannot make out what it is whatsoever. Like, I could kind of make out the horse statue for the Dothraki, kind of make out the bird for the Arryns, kind of make out the Martell sigil, but this one I have no idea. Could potentially be a sigil for the Golden Company, but the Golden Company sigil isn't, it's like a golden skull or something. I'm not sure if they'll do that in the show. And it's definitely not an elephant, so let me know in the comments what you think this statue is. It's a mystery. So let me know your thoughts. And anyway, just the representation of the fire, I think all those people get the shit burned out of them. That's what I think that symbolism is. I don't know how or why or how it's going to come about, but that's what I think. They're all going to burn with fire and blood. And then the next thing that happens in the teaser is that the fire and ice meet. So this looks like it happens maybe at the neck, maybe in the Riverlands. So I'm not sure. I didn't get a good glimpse. If it happens in the neck, it is a good setup for Howland Reed, for a Jon Howland Reed reunion, because they haven't met. And Howland can be like a confirmation for Bran and Sam that Jon is Rhaegar's son, is a Targaryen. Or it happens in the Riverlands, and that would be a poetic place to have the final battle, just because for those of you who are not caught up on your Game of Thrones history, that is where the Battle of the Trident happened, the last battle of Robert's Rebellion, battle where Rhaegar Targaryen lost his life. So it will kind of be poetic for the Targaryens and Starks to have the final battle of life and death where Robert's Rebellion ended. I don't think I said that really poetically, but it is a poetic thought. There wasn't a lot to talk about, but it is only a teaser. It's only like 30 or 40 seconds long, so I think we got quite a bit out of that. If you liked this video, like and subscribe. Leave me your thoughts on what you think that mystery statue is. And I'll see you next time.